Hi there, this is the last video for our Google Apps on the iPad, and you'll notice that we've already talked about Google Drive, we've talked about Google Docs, and we've talked about Google Slides. We are now ready for Google Sheets, so let's go ahead and get started. Since we're already logged into all these apps, that auto magic login will happen when we tap the Google Sheets. When we tap that app to open, you're going to see a lot of similarities right there. So you'll see that I have access up here at the top. I have access to view of recent. I can view starred items, shared with me, sheets, what's offline. I have access to all of those items. I can also open up my Google Drive from here by tapping that folder, or I can search my sheets and tap the magnifying glass. If I want to start a new Google Sheet, I'm going to come down here to the Create plus sign and tap it, and I'm going to tap the new spreadsheet icon, the pencil. When I tap that, it's going to ask, hey, what do you want to name it? I'm going to say New Sheet, and I'm going to tap the word Create. All right, once we're in, you're going to see several different things. Looks a little bit different, but it looks familiar if you are a spreadsheet pro. So once again, back arrow up here. If I need to exit out, that's how I do it. What's the name of my Sheets document? The worksheet itself. Then I have access to that. Individual sheets. So if I need to add individual sheets within this Sheets document, I can tap the plus sign down here to add a new one. If I want to rename it, I simply come back and I tap the little arrow or little triangle, I guess, and I can start renaming. I can duplicate it, I can delete that. You'll notice that I can freeze certain rows here as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's rename, and let's call this, let's call it Food Lists. I'm going to tap OK. And if I want to rename this one, let's rename, and let's call it Book Lists. Let's tap OK. All right, so we've got our two list sheets down here at the bottom, and you'll notice that also here at the top, very familiar buttons, just like what we saw in Google Docs and in Google Slides. So we've got the undo, redo, we've got the share button available, comments, and that wonderful more button. You'll notice that this one looks a little bit different, but yet similar. So I can view comments, I can find and replace in here, very handy if you have a data-rich spreadsheet. I also have the Explore button. When I tap the Explore button, this gives me access to some special Google features. So if I wanted to explore and learn more, I can check those out. I can also create a filter. I can look at details of that document. Once again, the share and export available options are there as well as available offline and starring it. When I am in a cell, you'll notice that when I tap inside of a cell, I have all of my wonderful text editing tools available to me, which is great. And down at the bottom, my formula bar has entered into the realm. So this is where if you needed to enter in those formulas, you can go ahead and do that. If I have a specific formula that I need to insert a specific function, then I tap the FX there, the function button, and then I can, then you can go ahead and tap and select which one it is that you're looking for. So maybe I'm going to tap all, and then I can run down and grab whichever one I want it. So maybe I'm looking, I don't know, let's add an average. Boop. And then it's going to ask for you what values, and then you follow its prompts from there. You'll notice that I can toggle in between right here, 1, 2, 3. So I can toggle between what keyboard I want to type on as well. When I'm done inserting that function, I can tap the check mark, and then it applies it accordingly. Thanks for listening, and this ends your quick tutorial for what is Google Sheets app.